in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
My dad was born on October 8, 1937, the son of Richard and Joanna Hoge. He was a complicated man, being both liberal and conservative. I attribute this to his even more complicated childhood. His dad was a butcher with a side job running the Cleveland numbers racket. That is until Granddaddy was put into a sort of federal timeout by none other than the notorious Elliot Ness. They say the best measure of a man is his dedication to his family. My dad took great pride in his family, and given the financial strain of 6 children, raised us in relatively high cotton. He had no trust fund, no higher level college degree, and no great inheritance. He had one child with severe heart disease and another with the complications of polio. But given these challenges, we lived in a big house where all the children had their own bedroom. We had a lake house in Lake Burton with 2 boats and a motorhome we toured the country in. In my early 20s, we even had a beach house. I graduated from Georgia Tech with both a bachelor's degree and a master's and no student loan debt. Where scholarships and my part-time wages came up short, he was there to finance the gap. My dad accomplished this financial ability the American way. He worked hard. A longtime employee pulled me aside once while we were working and described my dad as that burro pulling gold ore out of a mine. Despite the strain and how tired he might be, he was always willing and able to descend back down into that mine and pull another load of or to the surface. He knew what was required and without complaint got it done. My dad's pride in his family bordered on embarrassment. His wallet was 1.5 inches thick. This was not due to credit cards or money. It was pictures of his wife and family. After graduating from college, I worked for him for some time. We would run sales leads together, and we would be no more than 10 minutes into listening to their construction contractual needs before he would be pulling pictures of his family out of his wallet and letting them know what they were about. My dad was amazingly dependable. As a child, I remember his ability to fix anything. If our motorhome broke down somewhere in nowhere, South Dakota, he would get his toolbox, lift the cover off the engine, and soon we would be on our way. He never missed a single sporting event he could drive to throughout my youth, high school, and my time at Georgia Tech. Win or lose, he had pride in just my participation. I know of no predicament he could not get us out of. When I was 16, he and I decided to go for an evening hunt in the Piedmont National Forest. 3 miles into the wilderness on a moonless night, neither one of our flashlights decided to work. I suggested we wait till morning and then walk out by the light of day. He looked at me kind of funny and lit up 2 of his notorious, filterless, Pall Mall red cigarettes, put one in each corner of his mouth and led us back to the truck by the light of these cigarettes. My dad was an American entrepreneur. He never relied on anyone but himself. His business acumen began by owning a dump truck. From there it went to owning a string of jazz bars where black go-go dancers danced in cages and much profit was attained from the sales of liquor. Mom did not like this, so we moved to Georgia and he became a home builder. This went well till Jimmy Carter became president and ruined the economy. He found a way by rummaging through the dumpsters of established renovation contractors, calling their customers, ensuring them he could do a better job. He did amazingly well in the renovation business, expanding it and diversifying it, and owning a franchise in True Value Hardware. He never quit wanting to be an entrepreneur. My senior year of high school, we went hunting deep in the North Georgia mountains. To our amazement, we came across bootleggers running a still. We watched for a time at a distance, then came to the conclusion it was in our best interest to walk away. As we were exiting, he again gave me that funny look and said to my amazement, an assortment of ways we too could make money in those remote mountain meadows. I will not elaborate on his strategy, as he is not here to defend himself. He would, however, lightheartedly bring this up to me for a while, but I could always shut him down by 5 letters. Joyce. Even while suffering from dementia, he managed to put together a construction crew. Daily, I was told by his nurses, they were fired and rehired based on how they did on the site. Finally, some great attributes in my dad. He introduced the first Korean Americans to the Fulton County school system, his daughters. He would never embarrass you at a social function. He was always the perfect gentleman. He accepted every friend, boyfriend, girlfriend we brought home. He never gave an opinion, he just went out of his way to be their friend too. He was always good for business feedback, and despite their silly bickering, whenever my mom was not around, he would go into a dialogue about how great, smart, and proud he was of her, and how happy he was to be her husband. His final words appear to have been to my eldest daughter, Jessie. He said, "Remember me for who I was. This dad will be easy."
It's just the weight of the world. When your heart's heavy, I will lift it for you. Don't give up, because you want to be heard. If silence keeps you, I will break it for you. Everybody wants to be understood. Well, I can hear you. Everybody wants to be loved. Don't give up, because you are loved. Don't give up. It's just the hurt that you hide. When you're lost inside, I'll be there to find you. Don't give up, because you want to burn bright. If darkness